What y'all was good was good. Now I want to come on here real quick, and I just want to talk about not only the spiritual meaning of relationships and a little bit more of a mature topic, the spiritual meaning of sex, also known as sacred energy exchange. Now again, this may be a little bit more of a mature topic, so if you're not mature, I highly suggest you click off and come back when you're ready. But getting into sex, also known as sacred energy exchange, a sacred energy exchange is the act of you cultivating your sexual energy and using it to express yourself into another person. Sexual energy exchange, also known as sex, is very, very powerful. Not only is it a ritual, but I like to call it the dance of the souls, okay? You have to realize that because we live in this very energetic world where everything is simply just a vibration, all of the vibrations and energies and emotions that you have internally will be exchanged or transferred, aka the exchange part of sacred energy exchange will be exchanged into the other person. Everything down from your emotional field, bodily fluids, the way you think, the way you speak, everything will be transferred to that person in some form or fashion. And as I was recording this video, I don't want to make it seem like having sex with anybody is not the end-all be-all of everything. Sexual energy exchange or sex is not just an exchange, but it's more of an expression. Okay, you can sexually exchange energy, but it's more as though your partner will express your energy through them. This is why it is very important that we understand the divinity that comes with our sexuality. Your sexual energy as a man is so powerful to the point that you are able to create another life. Yes, women, your energy, your sacred energy, your womb is the most powerful energy or thing in existence. In order for things to be manifested physically, they have to pass through a womb, and you are simply the microcosmic version of what God already does, making you that source directly. So it is imperative that as a man and woman that you have sexual discipline, that you don't allow every single person to have sex with you, because not only are you picking up on all their energy, but you're also giving them your energy. And you have to realize that sex is the ultimate submissiveness and vulnerability. Sex is not something that you're supposed to get lost in. Sex is an experience. Sex is very divine. I like to call it the dance of the souls, because as a soul, it is way deeper than what it seems. You are simply using your body to express something that is invisible. You are using your body to express your soul in human form. It is a ritual. It is very, very sacred. Sex is not only used for rituals, but sex is used to bring in new souls into this physical plane of reality. That is very, very powerful. Not only that, sexual energy is creative and manifestational energy, okay? This is why you see billionaires, right? They retain their sexual energy for a specific amount of time, and then they become very, very successful, because this is very manifestational energy. And not only that, sexual energy is very creative energy. This is divine feminine energy. And when you allow this divine feminine energy to flow through you, you may fuck around and find out that mentally you find yourself way more creative, and you find yourself being able to finesse situations in a much more creative level. Sex is very, very, very beautiful and divine. There's a difference between having sex and there's a difference between effing. You can have sex with someone out of lust, or you can have sex with someone out of love. I'd much rather love you and have sex than fuck you and just be lustful. You have to realize that all of that sacred energy that is within your body is now being released through what is known as the root chakra. If we look at the chakra system, all the way from the root chakra all the way into the crown, this manifestational / sexual and creative energy is all focused within the root chakra. And when you raise your level of awareness, as well as what is known as kundalini energy, it raises into your brain, it raises into your spine. But when it comes to sex, you are releasing all of that divine, feminine, creative energy, manifestational energy. You are releasing that out of your root chakra. And because all of this energy is within your body, these are your emotions, how you think, how you speak, and how you just move on a day-to-day basis. All of that energy is being released and transferred onto your partner. Promiscuity is not necessarily a bad thing, but you must realize that the energy that you withhold, especially as a woman, is some of the most powerful energy in existence. As I already stated, you as a woman are the microcosmic version of the source. You are a microcosmic version of God, the universe. You are able to bring in the agenda of God's will into physical reality through what is between your legs. That is very, very powerful. Because it is a sexual energy exchange or sacred energy exchange, all of the partners that you had sex with before your most recent person all of those energies are still within this person, now being transferred to the person that you're having sex with. So in the case that I had sex with 8 or 9 women, right, and then I'm having sex with another person, all of the energies of those 8 or 9 women are now being transferred into this woman. And not only that, physically, when you ejaculate in a woman, your sperm gets transferred not only into her vagina, but it gets transferred through the bloodstream and into the brain. And this is how, in most cases, she'll start to think like you. She'll start to be like you. She'll start to want what you want. She'll start to emote and have, her energy and motion will start to be very similar to you as a man. This is why they say as a guy, when you bust a nut, your semen is a seed, okay? And you plant this seed into a woman, and you have to nurture the seed in order to create a kid. The same way that I can plant a seed into the ground and watch it nurture and grow into a beautiful garden is the same way that you could ejaculate into a woman and she can nurture her body to manifest a kid. Like I said, this is why it is very important that you choose who you want to have sex with, because there is power in having soul ties, okay? When you have a soul tie with somebody, your energies are now linked. You and this person's energy are linked, and especially if you lose your virginity to someone, and that is and the experience of losing your virginity with somebody was very, very divine and sacred. This person's energy is going to be linked to yours, not necessarily forever. There are ways that you can cut a soul tie per se, but at the end of the day, your energy is linked to theirs, and this person will always mean something to you from then on. And I want to extend this to relationships as a whole, okay? When it comes to choosing a partner, when it comes to being within a relationship, it is very important that you choose people who are conducive to your better judgment, to your highest self, to your success. You ever notice why you'll be around a girl and you'll be very, very lustful? That's because her sexual energy is very much focused within her root chakra. But if you're in exchange, or if your energy is very heavily, intertwined with a person who is very intellectually and spiritually driven, you may find that this girl doesn't make you horny as much as another person who doesn't value themselves spiritually. Same with the sex and effing example. There's a difference between being horny and being aroused. And I'd much rather find and express myself through sex than lose myself through sex and be crazy as a result of it. In order to attract and manifest high vibrational love, you must give that to yourself first. The only rock that you have in this life is you. And you manifest people based off of where you are vibrationally in your life. So in the case that you manifest a high vibrational partner, that is because your energy is mirroring theirs at that point in time. In the case that you manifest a lower vibrational partner, or someone who isn't as goal oriented or driven as you, you may mess around and find out that that's because that's where you were in your life. In order to have a thriving, successful relationship, you must have very heavy emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, and just overall intelligence in general. You must be very, very passionate about not only yourself, but the person that you want to pursue a relationship with. The reason why I manifested you into my life is because I love myself. I love myself through you. This is why I say this in every single video, because for the people that are watching this, I love myself through you. And I know that because I am the center of my reality, I'm the center of my universe, my mind is a magnet. I am an electromagnetic being, and I attract and manifest people who are electromagnetically at resonance with my energy. And one of the biggest problems with society to this day, especially within America, is that whole culture, thought culture, whatever you like to call it, promiscuity is very heavily rewarded. And it's getting to the point where most men act way more feminine than most females. Most females are acting way more masculine as a result of the generational trauma that lies not only within women and men, but within their bloodline. It's as if relationships aren't even special anymore. A lot of the time, it's about material value over spiritual and esoteric and mental value. I'd much rather be homeless with somebody I love as opposed to having everything in a really, really bad material relationship. In the case that you lost all of your riches and material value, what is the foundation of your relationship at that point? It is very important that you manifest people into your life that don't care about the material stuff as much as other people do, because that material value can only take it so far. But what's material value without spiritual value? You can have all the riches of the world, but what does that matter when you don't even have a good and solid connection with your significant other? And the media very heavily perpetuates material value over anything. People think that because you can offer material value to your partner, that means you have a solid connection. But what I find is that as soon as people get into arguments, altercations, or rough times, they start dropping like flies because they're not actually emotionally and mentally ready and spiritually ready to go through those hard times. And that's a sign of weakness. You don't have love for yourself, because if you really had love for yourself, then you're able to go through these hard times not only with yourself, but with the people who are at the same energetic frequency as you. A woman with self-love, a woman with spiritual love, and a man with spiritual love and self-love is the best type of love you can receive. I'm not gonna lie. Especially as someone who has been in a very spirituality-based relationship, what I found was that when I gave to myself, she gave to me, and vice versa. And if your person really loves you, your person won't go out of their way to make you feel less, to cheat on you, to, make you feel like you aren't anything in comparison to who they are. Because for any relationship to thrive and be well, you must be well internally, because everybody and everything is simply a manifestation and or a reflection of your internal reality. I'm the type of person who, if I love you, I'm gonna show it. If I love you, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let my actions speak way louder than my words. And if I truly want to be with you, you're gonna know that. And it's not because I'm gonna give you a lot of material value. I want to pour into you. I want to pour into your cup. And even if I don't necessarily agree with every single decision that you make, I accept it and I love you for it. Even if that means that my partner wanted to break up with me, I love you. Because I love myself, I can't allow my ego to be attached to you. I'm going to simply just support you, accept you, and if I truly love you and that's what you want, I'm going to let you do what you want to do. And that's truly what a sacred energy exchange is, as well as a good and healthy and solid relationship is. There's going to come up problems, there's going to come challenges, not problems. There's going to be conflicts, there may be disputes, there may be even as big as an argument or disagreement. But at the end of the day, if you truly love somebody and you are emotionally and mentally, sexually and spiritually ready for this, physically and psychologically too, then you can have a thriving relationship that won't, go against your purpose or your higher self, your higher success. But with that being said, I love myself through you. It's a little bit of a special video seeing this out. Today's Valentine's Day, and I felt like, me making this video fits in line with the theme of Valentine's Day. But with that being said, I love myself through you. We're going to rock out. Have a beautiful, blessed, productive, and successful day. And remember, the goal of life is to not only be infinitely great, it's to be greater than infinity.